Hi, welcome back to our training session. I am Hitendra Kumar Shah, Pharmaceutical Compliance Consultant, CGMP Trainer and Auditor from NADH plus GXP Compliance Services. First of all, I would like to thank all of you who like my earlier videos. Today, I am here with you for discussion on Audit Trail review. Hope you remember the first part of this video where we discussed practical implementation of data integrity requirements, which includes risk assessment, facility and resources evaluation, personal evaluation, organization culture, record and reference availability, quality oversight procedures, procedure for data integrity and audit trail review. Before moving ahead with the audit trail review, we need to understand what is the audit trail. The audit trail is a form of metadata containing information associated with actions that relate to the creation, modification or deletion of GXP records. Here, metadata means data of the data. For example, data related to the data means title of the data, date and time creation of the data, author or who created the data, etc. Audit Trail provides for secure recording of life cycle details such as creation, addition, deletion or alteration of information in a record, either paper or electronic, without obscuring or overwriting the original record. It is required that if change or deletion of GMP relevant data is possible, the reason should be documented. The data during transfer to the worksheet or other application should not be altered. There should be an audit trail for this data transfer process also. An audit trail facilitates the reconstruction of the history of such events relating to the record regardless of medium, which includes who, what, when and why of the action. Many people think that audit trail review is just a review of audit trail function of the computerized system. This is not the correct concept. The purpose of audit trail review is to evaluate the data whether that generated data is complying the ALCOA++ principle or not. Audit trail and written records should allow reconstruction of all data processing activities regardless of whether the output of that processing is subsequently reported or otherwise used for regulatory or business purposes. So here I would like to tell you that while review of the audit trail, you need to reconstruct the history of the events. For example, if you are reviewing the audit trail of one testing, you should review all the steps followed for testing in chronological order, which may include sample weighing, sample and standard preparation, dilutions, taking absorbance or injecting in the chromatography system, etc. This means we need to review the audit trail of the instrument, operating software and also all steps followed during the testing. In some very simple systems lack appropriate audit trails, for example, pH meter, conductivity meter, etc. In such a cases, alternative arrangements to verify the accuracy of the data must be implemented. For example, administrative procedures, secondary checks, controls, etc. In some of the legacy systems where relevant audit trail functionality does not exist, in such a case, an alternative control may be achieved. For example, defining the process in an SOP and uses of logbooks, etc. You need to ensure that alternative procedural control should be proven to be effective. However, it is expected that GMP facilities with industrial automation and control equipment or systems such as programmable logic controllers, or we call it as a PLC, should be able to demonstrate working towards system upgrades with individual login and audit trail. The relevance of the data retained in the audit trail should be considered by the organization to permit robust data review and verification. The point we should not forget is that there should be backup and retrieval procedure not only for data but also for the audit trail. Now the question is how we can practically implement the audit trail review, because there are so many checks we need to perform during audit trail review. If we take the audit trail report from the chromatography system, it will be a big report. Hence, the regulatory agency expectations are to identify the checks based on the risk assessment. On the basis of risk assessment, categorize the checks so that the critical checks can be done before release of the batch, while other checks can be done as per the predetermined frequency. Any adverse observation identified during review should be investigated, root cause should be identified, and suitable CAPA should be taken to avoid its recurrence. The impact on the batches or the products also should be evaluated. If the computerized system is having validated search tool for identifying the abnormal data actions, we can use the search tool for easy filter and review of the audit trail checks. The report of these checks is also called as exception reporting process. The next key aspect in audit trail review is reviewer qualification. Reviewers should have sufficient knowledge and system access to review relevant audit trails. Also, the firm should have formal procedure for qualification of reviewer based on challenging for review of some abnormal and normal events. So if you consider these aspects, you can implement the audit trail review process. Further, if you need to evaluate the compliance level of your organization, we can perform the thorough gap analysis of your organization, evaluate the audit trail review practices, provide suitable training, and suggest pragmatic approach towards compliance. You can contact us through the numbers or email displayed on the screen. I would like to inform you that we provide audit and compliance services which includes all these services. I request to share this video to all your colleagues so that they also can get benefit from this video. If you are interested in next video, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. Subscribing the YouTube channel activity is absolutely free of cost. Further, if you are interested in any other topic, please feel free to contact us. Thank you so much and ensure all-time compliance.